Welcome back, everybody. Today's topic is Carry Chaos Knight, and we're looking for some attack speed. My name is Navage, representing my esports team, the Sploush Troupe. Today, this video is brought to you by Gamers Class. Alright, looking at our boy Chaos Knight, we'll go into his skill build, his purchasing items, and his talent tree. We're going to start with his items and the item order. Now, I did take a look at Mortal Faith and Tortellini's guides, and I don't like them, so I'm modifying them because I think there's a better way to play the hero. Now, we're going to start with a Quelling Blade, 2 sets of Tangos, a Healing Salve, a Mango, and 2 Iron Branches. A lot of people suggest to get the Circlet, but this Mango here is usually the difference between a kill or a non-kill on Chaos Knight, especially with Chaos Bolt, and considering that he has a low mana pool. Next, we'll look at his early game items. We're gonna want to pick up potentially a Bracer, but you can skip this. I like to skip the Bracer. I like to go straight for the Power Treads and then a Wand. And then our core items are going to be our Armlet, which has terrific build up for CK. You can build up into it throughout the early game and the laning stage. You can get either your Helm of Iron Will, or you can get your Gloves of Haste, or your Gloves of Attack. Any of those items are good, or you can have them all and then send yourself the recipe as well. Really good item to get, and then it works really well with CK. If you want to see why Armlet's so good with CK, watch my other video specifically talking about Armlet and 3 primary heroes, CK, Wraith King, and Lifestealer. But anyways, that's enough about that. We'll talk more about that later. The Echo Saber is going to be your next pickup because you get the double strike. It gives you really good mana regeneration, some attack speed, a lot of strength. It's really good for your hero overall, and like I said again, the double hit is really good. Anything that helps you get more Chaos Strike attacks is great. Remember, they changed Chaos Knight. They made him more chaotic again. He was changed for a while where every 4th strike would activate Chaos Strike, but now it's percentage-based chance, 30% chance, so the more often you can attack, the better. Next, we have our next item that we're going to be buying is going to be the MKB. Actually, MKB is a really good item, and I've tested it on Chaos Knight a couple of times. I like it a lot. It's really good against heroes that have evasion. It gives you some magical damage. It gives you a lot of attack speed. I'm a big fan of the MKB, and it's got great build-ups on CK. Now, what we're going to buy afterwards is, depending on how badly you need it, it's either going to be the BKB or the Assault Cuirass. So if you need spell immunity badly, if you're against a real heavy lockdown team or heavy magic damage team, you're going to want to get your BKB probably. But if you're not, if you're against a lot of physical damage, then you're going to get your Assault Cuirass, because that gives you a ton of armor. It reduces their armor. It is good against buildings. It's good for pushing. The Assault Cuirass is great, and also the attack speed that it gives you and your allies is fantastic. And then we are going to complete our Shadow, or our Silver Edge. So for those who don't remember, Echo Saber and Shadow Blade with a recipe now combine to make the Silver Edge. So we can create a Silver Edge as well. Sometimes we'll want to get this item earlier, especially if we want to be pushing dangerous waves. Like, let's say we have a kind of a greedy lineup and you want to be able to push waves. The Shadow Blade allows you to do that. So sometimes you're going to move this up forward in your item build. Maybe you just complete the Shadow Blade or the Silver Edge after the Echo Saber. However, I do like to hold it off for a bit later usually. And then our last item that we're going to get is our Abyssal Blade, and that is probably when you sell your Armlet and pick up the Abyssal. I'm not going to talk too much about builds and variations. I do want to mention an item that used to be really popular with CK, and that's the Heart. I don't think Heart is very good on CK anymore, because it was good on him before because it gives yourself and all your illusions stat-based damage. Okay, cool, but we have a ton. His Chaos Strike's been changed so much that it's not based on him. It's not based on his first attack anymore. It's percentage based. So you want to be looking for attack speed, and the Heart just doesn't really give enough value to CK, in my opinion. We're gonna look now at the skill build, and we'll talk about this a little bit because this can vary depending on your lane, depending on how the game is going, so on and so forth. First spell you're gonna get is Chaos Bolt. This is going to be around the bounties. You're probably going to use Chaos Bolt to secure a bounty ruin, or you might be able to use it for an early kill, chain stuns with a support. It's really nice to have a core hero who has a stun, because you can chain them with support heroes who also have stuns and get early kills. Second point, you're going to get 1 point in Chaos Strike. This is going to help you trade. I really like getting a 1 point in Chaos Strike early. You continuously have a better chance of winning trades against the enemy if you have the 25% lifesteal with the critical damage. It's nice on the hero. And then the fourth, or the next spells that we're going to get, levels 3, 4, and 5, we're going to get points in Reality Rift. The reason we get so many points in Reality Rift early is because two things. It reduces the armor of the hero that you use Reality Rift on, and secondly, it also reduces the cooldown by 3 seconds each time. So nobody can really lane against you if every time they walk up to you, you Reality Rift them, and then they're in danger of getting either Chaos Bolted or hit by your support. If you're ahead in the lane, this makes it way more dangerous for them to play against you, and you can consistently use this spell because it's only a 50 mana spell as well. Chaos Bolt, a lot more expensive, 110 mana, and you do have a low mana pool, so Reality Rift will really help you win trades and win the lane. At levels 6, 12, 18, we're going to get Phantasm, because it's fantastic. The Phantasm has also been changed. They're flip-flopping on this one a bit. It's back to giving you 1, 2, then 3 illusions, respective of which level you have it at, and the cooldown has been reduced significantly. It's off cooldown every 75 seconds, and the Phantasm duration is 30 seconds. Early game, you're actually going to want to use your Phantasm to farm a lot. I know that seems weird, but using Phantasm to farm is absolutely worth it in the early game, and then later in the game, you want to use your Phantasm a little bit more strategically in fights. We are buying the Armlet, so make sure you activate your Armlet before you Phantasm, because your illusions keep the Armlet stats, and they don't take the unholy strength damage per second. So that's a really good benefit of the Armlet on CK. Finally, we'll round it out by getting additional points in Chaos Strike over here, so we can get potentially longer stuns. You only need one really here. You only really need one here. And sorry, I kind of missed this. From levels 8 to 11, you're going to get more points in Chaos Strike, because this is how you're doing your damage. Your Reality Rift into your Chaos Strike. That's your bread and butter right there. That's dealing all your damage. Now, the talents. Looking at the talents, first talent we're going to take is +5 to all stats. Stat-based items and stats themselves are really good on illusion-based heroes, and obviously Phantasm makes CK an illusion-based hero, so we're going to get the 5 stats. At level 15, you can go for the 12 strength sometimes, but this 14% cooldown reduction is awesome. It just means that you have your Phantasm off of cooldown that much more often, so you can push out waves, you can farm more often with Phantasm, and it feels like every time you're ready to fight, you have Phantasm ready. It's pretty awesome. Level 20, the 8 second Phantasm, the +8 seconds to Phantasm, or to the Phantasm illusions, or the Reality Rift pierces spell immunity. I'm going to go ahead and say almost every time you want to take the Reality Rift pierces spell immunity, especially with the build we're going for here. We're not really building to make our illusions ultra tanky here. We're kind of making our hero, our main hero, the real force to be reckoned with. You don't want to mess with this CK, so we're not worrying about the illusions as much. If they don't last, if they're gonna die, if these illusions are gonna die, you're either gonna win or lose this fight with Phantasm illusions within 30 seconds. So the enemy team is most likely to either clear your illusions, or you're gonna kill the whole team. The way you're gonna kill this team is by being able to Reality Rift spell immune heroes, and this is great when you're playing against people who get early BKBs. It really throws them off. It brings them back to a different point. It's such a disruptive talent. I really like it. Level 25, we're taking the plus 10% Chaos Strike chance, and we're just going to become, Chaos Striking Chaos Knights. It's like just always 40% chance to strike a massive critical hit on yourself and all your phantasm illusions. And then if you have the chance later on, you obviously want to pick up the Moon Shard and the Agnum's Blessing. That's if you get super farmed and the game goes like 75 minutes, but that's what we would expect. The Chaos Knight game is beginning. We have a Chaos Knight Shadow Shaman lane to watch today. Well, as you can see, the Shadow Shaman is not in lane yet. He went bottom so they could try to either secure a kill or secure all the bounties bottom, whatever it may be. The Shadow Shaman's showing up to lane now, so it's going to kind of affect which skill build Chaos Knight goes for. Normally, you would probably get 1 point in your Chaos Bolt so that you could secure your bounty with a stun or a chain stun and potentially get a kill with your support. However, since the Shadow Shaman was not here, and these are some beefy lanes or beefy laners that he's dealing with, the Nakes and the Beastmaster, he is not going to get his Chaos Bolt first. He's actually going to get his Chaos Strike, and that will help him trade, and it'll give him some lifesteal on his trades. Now, he's also going to go for a different skill build than the one I recommended. This is also a good skill build. It's the better skill build in this game, I would say, for sure. And that really has a lot to do with the hero that's sitting in his lane, the Shadow Shaman, and how they can play this lane. So we'll talk about that as well. He's going to basically max out Chaos Strike first and then max out Reality Rift, so we'll see how that plays. But in his second point, or his second skill point, he is going to get 1 point in Chaos Bolt, and that is so he can chain his disables with the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman has Shackles, and Shadow Shaman also has Hex, so 2 disables on support hero, really nice. Now we're looking at the way this lane is going. What Chaos Knight wants to do in this lane is, first off, he's up against a Beastmaster and a Nakes. That's a very hard lane. That's a very hard lane to deal with. Hopefully Shadow Shaman brings out a Sentry Ward here for the Beastmaster Hawks, because that makes it very hard. The Hawks make it very hard to lane against Beastmaster. His boars can hit you from inside the tree line or from outside the tree line, and they just give you vision of everything that's happening in terms of pulls or movements around this area. And killing these Hawks is actually really good for experience and gold gain. So that's the first thing that Shadow Shaman should be thinking about once he gets the gold. Yeah, actually, he does it right here. Plants down the Sentry Ward, and he actually blocks his own large camp. This is a really big move right here, blocking your large camp so the enemy team can't pull it. You should, supports take note, that's definitely something you should be doing. Really nice play by Shadow Shaman. Actually, just such a fantastic ward position here. Stops all the Hawks in this area, blocks the camps. It's going to be great. Now we're going to look at Chaos Knight, the way he's playing it. He just leveled up his point in Chaos Bolt. He was thinking about it a long time. You can see his patience, and he's probably going to have to send himself some more regen, but he's not yet. He sent himself the Bracer and the Gloves of Haste. So let's see if the Shadow Shaman has any regen. He does. He has Tango, so he can pool those over to Chaos Knight if need be. And it's very important for Chaos Knight to try to sustain in this lane right now. And every hit he can get to potentially proc his Chaos Strike will give him the lifesteal and help him trade against the Beastmaster and the Nakes. The units that he wants to be killing in this early game are these boars. They also give quite a bit of experience in gold, and if you don't kill these boars, they just basically hit you the whole time, slowing you and making your life really annoying. Beastmaster is one of those heroes that is super hard to play against if you don't really know how the hero works, but if you know what to target against him, or if you know the weak points of Beastmaster, you can kind of take him down in the early game, especially with a couple of chain stuns. He's not crazy, like he doesn't have a crazy amount of armor, so he's not super great. Anyway, we'll see. He's not super great to frontline and attack somebody like a Chaos Knight with 5 armor and a ton of damage and a Chaos Strike. He's got these boars that'll sit in the background and they'll hit you a bunch, and that's where he annoys you, is that little ticking damage over time, and then he'll pull, and then he'll last hit over you because he's got the boars to help last hit as well, and that's where it gets kind of annoying. Chaos Knight and Shadow Shaman, though, at some point they should be able to secure a kill on this Beastmaster, because he's pretty low here. He's going for the Necro Book first, has double Sage's Masks, and just ate up all of his remaining regen. And our Chaos Knight is doing well at level 4. So Shaman has this camp still blocked, which means that they can maintain lane equilibrium up here very easily. Notice that he's not pushing this wave needlessly, and when he gets an opportunity to, like right there, he attacks that boar. Attacking that boar is big, and actually denying that boar is also big. That's exactly what the Beastmaster wants to do. And this is exactly what Chaos Knight wants to do. He wants to keep more creeps here so he can force the wave back this way, and so they can put pressure on Beastmaster when he's forced to play up this high. And you can see right there, they chain their stuns. Oh, excuse me. Whoa. You can see right there, I just had Thanksgiving dinner, oh my lord. You can see right there, they chain their stuns, and they use Hex and Shackles. Hex, Shackles, the Chaos Bolt, and Reality Rift. I'm actually not even sure if we saw a Hex right there. We did see a Reality Rift and a Chaos Bolt, but you need both of these spells early on for sure to be able to get kills like that. And now that this guy's basically, he's been left alone for a little while, the Nyx is coming, or the Nyx assassin is coming back, but now that he's been left alone for a while, he's severely underleveled. He's at level 3. And here we go. This is something I really like to see. He uses Reality Rift on this boar, and if he was going for more points in Reality Rift, if this was an easier lane for him, let's say this wasn't a Nyx assassin, this was some easier hero to deal with, he might be going for more points in Reality Rift, so he could continue using it on the boar over and over again. Okay, our Shadow Shaman's coming back over here. They're gonna see if they can make another play on the Beastmaster, and actually Chaos Knight's probably just gonna do it himself here. Needs one more hit. There's the Hex, come on in, get the kill, and he's gonna attack the boar, gets the kill on the boar as well, and now he's saving his Shadow Shaman's butt. So gets himself 2 kills already in the early game. He's really high on the net worth, and they're winning. They're really winning this lane right now. So this is a hard lane to play against. Chaos Knight has a lot of strength, a lot of last hit potential, and his attack speed really increases with the power treads. Now I want to mention the Midas. I didn't talk about it in the item build, but because I don't like recommending it too often. I know I do it sometimes, but I don't like recommending it too often. If you want to get a Midas, you probably want to get it after your power treads on Chaos Knight. You don't want to get it super duper early. It can be really game losing. Another thing to point out is that the second he got level 6 right now, he used his Phantasm. So he doesn't mind popping Phantasm to try to get an early kill like this. Like, if he's able to get a kill on Beastmaster with Phantasm, he will. And he wants to use this often. It's only 75 mana. It's a 75-second cooldown, and it's up for a long time. So he's going to be using his Phantasm pretty frequently, basically whenever he can, to fight or to get kills. Next, he has his Armlet coming, or his components for his Armlet. So we'll take a look at his courier, and he's sending himself the Gloves of Haste, the Blades of Attack, a full wand, and a Clarity. This is great for him. He has a Clarity on him that the Shadow Shaman brought him, but this is great for him because it's just going to give him more damage and more of an ability to continue dominating this lane. He has to be kind of scared of the Beastmaster when Beastmaster hits level 6, but Beastmaster isn't going to be able to do that easily, and even if he does hit level 6, Chaos Knight's not a very easy kill to get. He has a pretty decent amount of health here, and you can see them being very aggressive. And in fact, they're so aggressive that the Weaver is going to TP over here. He's going to try to make a play on the Chaos Knight, and it looks like the Shadow Shaman's going to go down. So, okay, big deal. Shadow Shaman goes down. The wave's still pushing forward, and he'll be able to get at least some more farm under this wave, and then Shadow Shaman will probably respawn. Or, you know, Chaos Knight will get ganked by a 4th hero or something and end up dying, but I think he's good right now. Let's go to player perspective camera again, just so we can see the mini map properly. In fact, I'm going to change this so we only see Dire, even if I go free camera. I don't like seeing the camera for both heroes or for both teams when I'm watching, especially on free camera, because you kind of don't understand exactly what the team that you're looking at knows on the map. Like right now, I can see down here that, okay, Wind Ranger's down here, but when I see both heroes, it's not really great for reviewing or watching a replay. Anyway, we see Phantasm get used again right away, gets the stun off on the Weaver, attacking with both the illusion and the hero, And now Shadow Shaman's just locking him down as long as he can. He manages to get a kill. There's another kill coming out of the Beastmaster, and he manages to scare off the Weaver as well, who's Sakuchiing away. He's not even level 6 yet, and our Chaos Knight is level 8. So he lost his courier, but in 30 seconds he'll have enough. He'll probably have enough. He'll probably send it to himself when he has the recipe as well, but he's getting really close to his Armlet. If he wanted to, he could send his Helm of Iron Will when this thing spawns, but he'll probably wait. And the Armlet is another big timing on him. It lets him go and team fight, or it lets him just continue to farm pretty much safely and wait for a good team fight opportunity. Okay, let's see how he's gonna play this lane now. So this is kind of what happens usually around the I would say 9 to like 8 to like, let's say 7.5 to like 13-minute mark. You see heroes, especially heroes that can farm, that have good farming mechanics. What they'll do is they'll push this wave once here, then they'll push it again here, and then they won't try to push this tower, because this tower doesn't, the amount of time it takes them to push this tower isn't as great for them as what they could get if they just went over to this camp and farmed it. So that's kind of what we're seeing Chaos Knight he's going to do now. So he's using Phantasm again, which is great. They used it to get the kill on the Beastmaster. He pushes this wave once, they get a kill with Shadow Shaman. He'll probably push this wave one more time, and then he'll go to this camp, and then back up here. But we are seeing a rotation come out of Queen of Pain, so let's see how this turns out, how this battle goes down. The Wraith King coming in to fight as well. One stun. Let's see if he has enough to chain the stuns. He does not, but he pulls back the Wind Runner, uses Reality Rift, pulls her back, gets the stun. And interestingly enough, he has 2 points in Chaos Bolt and 2 points in Reality Rift at the moment. So that's kind of cool. A little variation, a little more variation, like on the fly building here. And at level 10, his talent is +5 to all stats. Fantastic. We see a really good start for this Chaos Knight so far. 5-0. Let's see if he can continue. He's actually getting quite deep here, but he does have a Death Prophet. And now you see there's the roar that comes out, but that's not enough to really do anything against the Chaos Knight, especially because he had no follow-up. So this is a terrible play by the Radiant squad, and Chaos Knight's just going to be able to back up freely. Ooh, pops the wand. Is he going to be able to get the Phantasm? Let's take a look. Nope. He is just going to go down. A lot of heroes converge here, and unfortunately they overextended, pushing this a little bit too far. So while we wait for Chaos Knight to respawn, we're going to speed this bad boy up a little bit and see where he goes. In fact, let's think about where he's going to go. Is he going to come back top, or is he going to go bottom? I think he's going to come top right now, because this wave is being pushed in and there's some farm to be grabbed. If this was being pushed really hard and he didn't have heroes who could TP here and help him, he might go bottom and farm the Ancients instead, because he does have his Armlet. But right now he's coming in and he's looking for the fight. Okay, so he has his Armlet, he has Phantasm. Notice that he turned on his Armlet, used his Phantasm, and that gives his illusions the unholy or the unholy strength bonus. Makes your illusions way stronger. Now his Armlet is on and he's looking to get a kill. The Wraith King, the Shadow Shaman, and the Chaos Knight are all very strong right now. So they're kind of closing in here, but Queen of Pain almost gets the ulti kill right there. And anyway, Chaos Knight's looking good. Now he's just Armlet toggling a little bit, and he's gonna farm with it. So we'll see how that goes. He doesn't have a neutral item yet, unfortunately. But we'll see him just farm freely. And I'm excited to see him actually start using Phantasm to start farming waves, because it's also a really good farming mechanic. He's been fighting a lot. You'll typically see Chaos Knights early on in the games use Phantasm to farm waves if they can. So here he's coming, putting more pressure on the Beastmaster. Actually accidentally ends up wasting that Phantasm there. That was pretty bad usage. He thought maybe he would get a kill here and almost gets himself killed. So now he's coming bottom, because the wave meets here. The wave met here. This lane is pretty much free, and this is super safe farm for the Chaos Knight to take, whereas top is kind of dangerous. So leaving top does mean he might be sacrificing that lane, and I made a specific video about this. If you just search Navitz sacrificing safe lane towers, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's the concept of giving up this tier 1 tower to get more benefit on your carry somewhere else in the map. Great concept to think about, and one of the biggest problems for lower level players is not being, or over committing to save a tower when it's probably going to die, or when you're going to get nothing by keeping it alive for a really long time. Like, you might keep that tower alive if you stay there as Chaos Knight, but your hero won't get any farm. You won't get these waves. You won't do anything. And instead, what we're seeing here is he's pushing down really far bottom. They've got good vision down here. The rest of his team is here, so they're able to push this tier 2 tower. And in fact, Death Prophet's actually going to ulti as well, and they drop the Serpent Ward. So who knows? Maybe they'll be able to take this. Slowing it down, Chaos Knight going straight into the back line, overextending a little bit. They thought they were very strong, but they've already, actually, they got 2 kills. That could have been an overextension, but that really worked out for them. And now he's armlet toggling. He does have his next item, which is the Echo Saber, in his backpack. Had it delivered to him, and he's just going to keep farming here. Really has no reason to go anywhere else. He could TP top, actually. Top wouldn't be a bad place to farm right now because there's a lot of farm in this area, but all of his teammates are here. So if he TP top, like I said, it wouldn't be a bad TP to go top. However, I don't know. Let's see if they're going to be able to kill this Queen of Pain. They get 1 stun, silence, and the Queen of Pain goes down. So the Queen of Pain tried to take back this area here. She goes down, and they're continuing to control this bottom part of the map. Ooh, our Nyx comes in and actually gets a kill on the Chaos Knight. I was about to look top and see what was happening. He wasn't paying attention there. Gets hit with the armlet while he's low. That's something you gotta be careful of. Getting hit by somebody who's paying attention to you and you're not paying attention to your armlet, or your armlet's on and you're low and you're not toggling fast enough, you could end up dying just like he did. But there's no way for him to really know that invisible Nyx is there. He can say, hey, Nyx isn't on the map, where is he? Maybe I shouldn't be here. But that's just one of those, hey, it's life, that happens, sometimes you die like that. Okay, speeding up the game to get back to Chaos Knight's point of view. He is now going to TP bottom and go for these ancients, and I like this. So farming the ancients here, he's going to farm this stack, then he's going to farm here, and he's going to kind of wait patiently for his next opportunity. You see that he has the BKB queued up next. I think he has the BKB queued up because the Nyx assassin is really bugging him. The bugs out of Weaver are really bugging him. The slow from the boars is really slowing him down, and he just wants to be able to kill people. So if he gets that BKB, it makes him a lot stronger for team fighting. I also would have been really cool with seeing an AC in this lineup, because they don't have a ton of magical damage. In fact, they have magical damage, but it's not a ton. Windrunner is going to be building the MKB most likely, so there is some magic damage coming out there, and she's got the shackle shot, but the extra armor coming out of the assault cuirass is really good. Now here's what we want to see. Chaos Knight uses Phantasm, sends his Phantasm illusions bottom, and they're just going to clear the waves with the creep waves while he farms backwards in the safer areas. So he gets some really safe farm here, and he's going to now play around his team. His illusions are pushing into the base, so putting pressure all the way in the base. He ends up going down, gets gone on again, but his team's winning this team fight. Now it is a little unfortunate that he's died again. We'll go back to his perspective one more time and speed it up for him to be alive. So they still have top tower though. They pushed in the bottom wave. They're completely controlling the bottom side of the map, so they have a lot of map control at the moment, but they're not like they're not absolutely dominating the game. Eventually, now they are going to want to switch which side of the map they're controlling. They're going to want to control closer to the Roche pit, so they'll probably want to ward a little bit higher, or a little bit more on their side of the map. And you can see right now the Skywrath Mage is doing that, and our Chaos Knight again is pushing out the waves with his Phantasm illusions. He doesn't see heroes on the map, doesn't know where the Nyx is, so he doesn't want to show himself. That's why he's pushing these waves with his Phantasm illusions, and this is really good. The waves are getting cleared, and he's able to come into the fight afterwards. So unfortunately, he doesn't have Phantasm available right now, but the fight is about to start, and maybe he's going to be able to do something here. Uses Reality Rift, then he gets the stun. Right clicks coming out on Nyx, Nyx goes down, but so does Chaos Knight, and he actually dies for the third time after starting a cool 4-0. He is now 4-3. So things are looking a little bit more rough, but we'll see how this pans out. They're probably going to get the Aegis right now. That is the Radiant squad, and we'll speed it up to see what happens. All right, Chaos Knight's back up. He's going straight back to the Ancients, getting himself as much farm as he can, trying to finish off the BKB before the next fight. He feels like he really needs it. He's probably telling his team right now in voice comms, yo guys, I need BKB. I'm not fighting until I get my BKB, and whatever you guys do, don't make me fight until I get BKB. Here we see him pushing the wave with his illusions again. Fantastic. It's like, it's basically the same concept as how Terrorblade would farm. That's what you're doing with CK with your ultimate. A little bit weird to think about that. That's how you're using your ultimate, but it is because the cooldown's so much shorter. And he's about to have 3 illusions in just one more level. In terms of levels, let's see how he's doing. Well, let's look at net worth. He's top net worth, and levels, he is level 17, so he's the best on his team. It's pretty even game right now. The Radiant side is up by 1k, but overall pretty even looking game at the moment. So we're going to look at net worth now, and while he does have the net worth, while he does have the net worth advantage, we're going to see how the next major fight turns out, and if it goes well for his team, he'll probably just explode in terms of net worth, because all these heroes here are kind of squishy. Like, he can kill them with one reality rift. As long as he phantasms, reality rifts, and attacks pretty much any of these heroes, they die in their first hit, or they die in like the first set of hits from the illusions and from the Chaos Knight. So let's see what goes down here. All right, fight's about to break down. We're going to see him activate the Armlet, then we're going to see him use Phantasm. He's sitting in the back lines. There he goes. Armlet, instant kill on the Nyx. Going to slow this down a little bit so we can see exactly what's happening. Now he's looking to go on the Weaver, but Weaver has a BKB, and the Shadow Shaman kind of makes this hard for him here. So his BKB is kind of getting wasted. That's really unfortunate. He did pop the BKB kind of early, uses Reality Rift again, brings himself and his illusions to the Beastmaster, stuns him directly afterwards, gets another kill, almost kills the Weaver again, but Weaver had almost manages to kill the Weaver, but Weaver had Sakuchi, and this is pretty much a one fight. Somebody bought back. It was the Nyx, and actually Nyx's buyback might be a kill on the... No, it's not. Might be. I was gonna say that could be a kill on the Chaos Knight, but it didn't turn out to be. All right, pops his wand, and let's see what he does here. Not gonna chase the Nyx. I thought he was gonna try to get a stun, but it was off of cooldown. And maybe they are... Oh, yeah, they're gonna get another kill on the Nyx. So there's the Nyx's buyback. There's a dead Queen of Pain, and Weaver's gonna get out of this fight. Now he is sitting still comfortably top net worth. And is he sending himself another item? I'm not sure. Let's see what he's gonna get. I believe he's gonna complete the Echo Saber. Oh no, he's not. He's probably gonna get an Assault Cuirass next. I don't think he's gonna finish off the Echo Saber into the Silver Edge right now. I think, if I remember correctly, he's going to go for the Assault Cuirass, and I would really like to see that, because he needs more armor against this team, and if he has more armor reduction, this team will melt a lot easier. So not going to take a lot of physical damage, and there's a lot of physical damage coming out of the Windrunner, out of the Weaver, out of the, well, not that much, not so much the Queen of Pain, but a little bit the Beastmaster, and he's not going to be worried about any of that. It's also really going to help him push towers. Don't forget that the Assault Cuirass aura works against towers, the armor reduction aura, so it's really, really good. And it gives you a Hyperstone. Remember, we want attack speed on Chaos Knight now. The more attack speed you get on this hero, the better it is for proccing your Chaos Strike chances. It's not like every third or fourth hit anymore. Now it's 30% chance. So the more often you attack, the more often you Chaos Strike, the more damage you do, the more life stealing you do, so on and so forth. We'll see here they're trying to get a kill. They don't have detection, unfortunately, and we see the Phantasm go off. He's going to target the Beastmaster. Beastmaster's tanky, but he still goes down to a couple volleys of right clicks from all of these illusions and the CK. And they managed to win this fight pretty handily as well. He's going to send his illusions up to farm. And now his team is starting to get a net worth advantage. They're controlling the map. Nyx is dead for 30-ish. Beastmaster is dead for 38. They're going to take this tier 2 tower most likely. Oh, no, they're not. There's a DD here. Oh, look at that. He's going to bottle the DD. Very nice, very nice. By the way, this is something you can do as a mid laner. You can give your bottle to your carry player if you see a rune like a DD, so they can save it for later. It's definitely something that you should consider doing or think about. I know a lot of people don't think about stuff like that, but it could be the difference between winning and losing a huge fight. And this DD on a hero like Chaos Knight, that can absolutely change the tide of a game or just win you the game straight up. So here we see a fight happening. BKB, Armlet, DD, and there goes the kills on whoever he wants to find, or whoever he can find. He gets his first kill. Let's look at the rest of his talent tree. He has 14% cooldown and Reality Rifts pierces spell immunity. And see who he can find. Regular speed here. They managed to win the fight, but they're kind of drawing on the fight. But there they go. He kills the Queen of Pain, pulling her in with the Reality Rift. One stun, one right click. There's 2 kills. And Chaos Knight is absolutely blowing up in terms of net worth now. 1,700, and the Weaver's the next closest with 1,300. So this enemy team, they have the chance to win this. They had a chance to win this game, but Chaos Knight is really hard for them to kill, and he's just been kind of dominating. He has enough to complete his Assault Cuirass now, and with this bonus 10 armor plus, or with this Assault Cuirass that gives him all this bonus armor, he's going to be so much harder to kill. They have to kill a Wraith King and a Chaos Knight. This lineup is greedy, and they weren't able to punish an offlane Wraith King enough, it looks like. So now they are going to be taking the mid tier 2 tower, and let's see, they're trying to get another fight going. By the way, his Phantasm is down to 64.5 second cooldown, and his Reality Rift is 5.6 seconds. He's TPing out in front of them, keeping his illusions there to fight. Obviously, he keeps his illusions there. They can't TP with him, but he's just sending his illusions towards the other heroes. And look how much damage just these illusions do by themselves. It is so strong. Just kills the Nyx assassin with his illusions that are left over in the fight, and they basically just wreaked havoc throughout that whole area. Does he not have his Armlet yet? No, his courier didn't come to him yet. He does have 2,500 extra gold, and now he has the Assault Cuirass. He'll probably, I think he's gonna complete the Silver Edge right now. I would like to see an MKB this game personally. I would like to see it because he's against a Windrunner. Windrunner's win run can be annoying, but if you have an MKB, you just hit through that. It's a strong item. It gives him attack speed. It gives him some magic damage. It just makes his primary hero attack so much better. Anyway, he finds the illusion rune. He's gonna come top, and I believe he's gonna activate his Armlet and then Phantasm and just kill him here. Nope. So he does that a little bit differently, which makes way more sense, by the way. He stunned him, then he activated his Armlet, then he Phantasmed, and then he Reality Rifted. Pay attention to the way he did that. It's really important, actually. So just to think about that for a second, the reason he doesn't activate his Armlet first is because it would break his invisibility. So he stuns first, so Beastmaster has no chance to get away. Then he activates his Armlet so that his illusions will get the Unholy Strength. Then he pops his illusions, and then he uses Reality Rift because Reality Rift will bring yourself and all of your illusions close to the hero to all start attacking at the same time. And that's pretty perfectly executed right there. Very easy kill on a hero who's overextended in a lane. This should be a free Roshan for them if it is up. And it is, so they're gonna go ahead and fight Roshan here. Let's see if they get contested. Now Weaver is here. Beastmaster might have to buy back. We'll see how it goes. No buyback on Beastmaster. Surprising. and he manages to dodge the Queen of Pain ulti with his reality rift right there. Gets himself another kill, sitting 5k net worth above the Weaver. Weaver is down, and now they'll finally finish off this Roche pit. He actually finds the illusions for himself as well, so that's so good. These illusions, I would split these up, by the way. I would send one illusion to this lane and one illusion to the bottom lane and have them push forward. It guarantees that both of your lanes push in when you are going high ground. You don't really need two in one lane. You can have two, but I like to split them up and have them push separate lanes, especially when they're put on a crazy strong hero like Chaos Knight. So we're seeing some beauty come out here. Oh, he did complete the Silver Edge, by the way, so now he has invisibility to go up and gank people. We can see that same combo that he just used with the Chaos Strike, the Phantasm, and the Reality Rift, and that is what we're gonna see here. Another kill on the Chaos Knight. Oof, there is the Shackles. Another kill on the Queen of Pain. And that's just that's an absolute beauty right there. Seeing the Silver Edge, seeing the Armlet, seeing the Silver Edge usage, the Armlet, the Chaos, or the Assault Cuirass. I really like the way this build is going. The only thing he doesn't have that I want is the MKB, but that's okay. You can vary your builds, by the way, guys. If you ever watch somebody else play and you copy them to a T, you probably are doing something wrong, because they make variations, especially good players make variations every single game based on what the game calls for, what the game situation is like. So you should be trying to learn how to do that as well. Now we see them pushing bottom. Phantasm is up in another 15 seconds. I feel like they just used it a few seconds ago. So it's he basically has his illusions up all the time. He's level 25, has the 10% Chaos Strike chance as well. So he's going to be Chaos Striking way more often. And now they're just kind of like pummeling this base. Get the smoke out. Gonna take the bottom lane, Arax. Let's see. I think this just going to be the end of the game? It looks like it is. They might die here, but this game is essentially over. 27k net worth lead. This is kind of just garbage time. So I'm going to consider this game over at this point. We learned our lessons. We watched the Chaos Knight gameplay. I think one of the big things to take away from this game, especially for newer players or players who don't play Chaos Knight enough, is that you have to use Phantasm to farm. That is essential on this hero. It's not just a fighting mechanic, it's now also a farming mechanic. That's the biggest thing that you should be taking away if you didn't know that. The other thing is just practicing this hero, trying different spell builds, trying to win your lane. You should be winning your lane with Chaos Knight. He is very strong, and trying different item combinations. You don't always have to go for the same thing. Sometimes you don't want to build up to Silver Edge fully. You just want to keep the Echo Saber. Sometimes you need a different item, like let's say you need a BKB piercing stun. Maybe you want to get that Abyssal Blade sooner. Maybe you want to make your illusions tankier for some reason. You could go for a Scotty. There's all kinds of different things you can do, things like that to think about. But this game is essentially done. We're not going to continue with this one. It's just this is garbage time. These are garbage minutes. So what we're going to do next is look at item builds, item variations, and talk about hero combinations. Okay, here we are on Dota Buff, checking out some item variations that you can see from our boy Chaos Knight. So this is the game we actually just watched. This is Aster Burning. We just saw this skill build. Next we'll look at a couple other ones and see how they're played, and we're also mainly focused on looking at Safelane Chaos Knights. He is being played as an offlane hero as well. I'll touch on that for a second, but for now we'll see what people are doing with him. So you can see in this game we get the early bracer, power treads, build up to the Armlet. This guy wanted to go for the Helm of Iron Will in his build up instead of going for the gloves of haste and the gloves of attack, which is kind of cool. Then we see the Echo Saber straight to Silver Edge, Satanic, MKB, Deso. Cool. Armlet, Silver Edge, Assault Cuirass, and Abyssal Blade. I do like this. I really like the Abyssal as well when you are against I really like the Abyssal as well because it does have that 600 cast range blink. Basically it can be used as like a mini blink, so that's pretty cool. A really cool mechanic coming out of the Abyssal, and he has a lot of attack speed and health coming from the Silver Edge and the Assault Cuirass. Let's take a look at the one afterwards. We will see an Echo Saber, a Heaven's Halberd, AC, and then Skull Basher. So the Heaven's Halberd, he is varying his build to deal with the Sven, obviously here. So he has to deal with Sven. Heaven's Halberd is a great item for himself. It gives him self HP regen and lifesteal. It's actually should have been a part of the build earlier. I just didn't throw it in there, and I don't know why, but I should have had it. The Heaven's Halberd is a fantastic item here. It really works well with the Chaos Strike, so definitely consider throwing this one if they have strong physical damage heroes like Sven or PA or something. Moving on, we have another Armlet into Echo Saber, into Silver Edge, into BKB, and then he goes for massive attack speed in terms of the Moon Shard, and finally the Abyssal, and closing it out with the Satanic. So this is a very, very fast attacking and then super strong Chaos Knight. I like the Satanic as well. Satanic should have been in the earlier build variations that I didn't include. Here we see our first Drum user. Drum is really good for early game fighting. Goes Drum, Echo, Heaven's Halberd, Silver Edge, BKB. Very cool playstyle. This is a really good build variation as well. Early Drum really helps with team fighting. Now we're going to see a Chaos Knight who's actually going for the Midas build, which I touched on a little bit. We see the Power Treads and then Midas, so he doesn't go for the super duper early Midas. Midas can be a really big game losing item. If you're like just crushing your lane and you go Midas, you kind of give up your advantage in a lot of games. If you want to press your advantage, you want to get an earlier fighting item instead of the Midas. But he goes for Midas, skips the Armlet, and goes straight to Echo Saber, and then Agnum Scepter. Oh, this is off lane. Okay, we're not going to talk about this one. We're not looking at off lanes right now. Over here, we've got Safelane again. Now, this guy is going to go Midas into Power Treads, and he actually just goes for the early Super Greed Midas into Power Treads, into Echo Saber and Armlet. Then he goes for the Manta. The reason he gets the Manta is because he's against the Drow Ranger, and also the Manta's kind of okay on him for the illusion damage. I prefer not to go Manta usually, but Breaking Silence is good on the Drow. And then finishes off the Silver Edge, Abyssal, Scotty, AC, and a final item he was gonna get is the MKB, as you can see. So very cool. Over here we've got our next build, which is Armlet, Echo, Manta, Basher, BKB. I'm not sure why he went Manta this game. I understand the idea of getting Manta, but Manta is basically, it doesn't give him a ton because the agility doesn't help him nearly as much as it helps an agility based hero. However, the illusions are really, really good on CK. So I mean, it makes sense in a way. We see another Midas builder here. Midas treads AC, Midas treads Armlet, Echo, BKB, MKB. Very cool build here. You can see the MKB is being picked up on a lot of Chaos Knights. Not necessarily your second or third item, but a lot of the times they are being built. Another Midas builder here. Midas boots of Power Treads, Echo, Sanjin Yasha, and then Satanic. Very cool. Crazy strong here. Holy crap, he has 24 kills in like a very short game. An off lane build. We won't talk about this, but by the way, this is kind of your off lane build for your Svens. The concept is to get the Agnum Scepter. I'll talk about that a little bit, probably in another video. And I guess this will be the last one we check out here. This is going to be the Midas into Power Treads, then Echo Saber. So I like instead of this Midas, I really prefer having an Armlet. But anyway, Midas, this could have been an Armlet. So he goes for and this build I do like here. It goes Power Treads into Echo Saber, then completes his Silver Edge, next gets the BKB, then the MKB, then the AC. After you get the MKB and the AC, you are attacking so fast, and then you finally get the Abyssal Blade. Your hero is just like, your hero is a super fast attacking maniac that has critical damage, magical damage, pierces through evasion, tons of armor reduction with the AC and with the Reality Rift. It's just so good. Anyway, that's enough for our build variations. So finally, we'll talk about some hero considerations. Who is good against Chaos Knight and who is Chaos Knight good against? Okay, this is kind of weird because Chaos Knight's very strong in this meta. There are things that work particularly well against him. That a lot of that is control based AoE heroes. So like an Invoker, he can pretty much get rid of CK's illusions most of the time, or make them not that useful. Another hero who can do something like that is like a Jakiro. If Jakiro throws down Macro Pyre, he makes it really hard for CK to play around that, and he can freeze him and all of his illusions at the same time. So AoE based magic heroes, magic damage heroes, pretty good against him. I'm trying to think if any other big ones come to mind that don't die instantly to CK. But I'm not like, maybe Tinker, because he can play a little bit farther away, but then you can buy a Blink Dagger on CK and catch the Tinker, but that can be annoying. Winter Wyvern can curse either a hero near you or you. Witch Doctor can be a little bit annoying. He's not that annoying. But anyway, we'll move forward to other types of heroes that are annoying. Mana burning heroes are pretty annoying for CK, especially someone who can, especially somebody who has a lot of illusions. And I'm thinking primarily of two heroes. I'm thinking of Naga Siren, and I'm thinking of Phantom Lancer. So Phantom Lancer can burn out all of the mana on CK, and then especially if he starts playing really aggressive against CK early, when he gets a defusal, he can make CK's life really hard. CK really wants to have some mana to make plays to get the reality rifts, the chaos bolts, and obviously the phantasms off. The Naga Siren is similarly kind of difficult to deal with. I think both those heroes are a little annoying. Other illusion heroes are also a little annoying, but CK is pretty strong against almost all of them. Looking at heroes in the strength bracket that can, you know, disrupt or really make life harder for CK, you look at AoE spells again, like Sand Kings, or someone like Legion Commander, who can use overwhelming odds on the illusions. Spirit Breaker can be pretty annoying because Spirit Breaker stuns you and all the illusions. However, this hero usually dies if he charges in. He's not that big of a deal. Phoenix is a pain. Phoenix is a really big pain. Yeah, if you can catch her, fantastic. If not, she is going to, or I don't know if Phoenix is a girl or a guy, but Phoenix is going to slow you down so much. Aside from that, there's also, I don't know, there's the regulars to consider. You can worry about the Echo Slam from Earthshaker. Clockwork can be pretty annoying, but you can usually get around Clockwork or catch up to him. I wouldn't be scared of a Clockwork in particular. And there's no other heroes that I'm thinking of at the moment that are just like terrifying to play against as CK. So that seems to kind of sum up our hero considerations in terms of like what we're scared of. What you play really well with is combinations of stuns. So heroes who have lockdowns that let you use your combos, that let you use your stuns, that let you get your reality rifts off, stuff like that. That's awesome with CK. So you're basically looking at heroes who can enable CK to fight and lock down the other enemy heroes. You want stuns. If you have a team with no stuns, that can be pretty annoying to play with as CK. But that's basically what you're looking for in terms of a combination lane partner. So I like Shadow Shaman a lot. I do like seeing someone like a Witch Doctor. A great combo is Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon is actually, I think, underrated, but a really great combo. Ogre is very nice. He's got a stun and he enables you. Lich has slows and stuns and all this. Well, Lich doesn't really have a stun. It's a hypnosis, but it's pretty good. If you can get Jakiro on your team, that can be pretty nice. Throw down an ice wall and just get in there and kill everybody. But that's what we're thinking about when we're talking about heroes we can play with, is heroes who can lock down and control the enemy team in a fight, and then you do the burst, the majority of the damage. Thank you all very much for watching the Chaos Knight video. I hope there was something to be learned. The hero is very fun and easy to play, so if you do enjoy a couple games with him, let me know. Until next time, guys, one love.